Okay.
Yep, I'm loading up on YouTube. Just a second here, bud.
Okay.
Alrighty, one last thing here. Check in here. Alrighty. Okay. Let me get my camera turned on here. What is my camera? Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts, hold on tight. You're in for one crazy ride tonight on the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show, #1 on YouTube. Tonight we have with us race car driver, superstar, Cooper Wright. Welcome to the show, Cooper.
Thank you for joining me here.
So, Cooper, let's talk about your racing career. Where did it all start for you?
You know what? I just saw racing and I thought, that's really cool. I want to do it. So then my dad just set me in a go-kart and I was ready to go.
Okay. So were you the least bit scared at all, Cooper, when you got behind the wheel for the first time?
I was like, this is going to be easy, but it wasn't.
Okay. Okay. So, Cooper, already, how much success have you had as a race car driver?
A little bit, but not that much.
Okay. So, okay, success-wise, what kind of success have you had?
Like, probably, just, hopefully I don't crash.
Okay, have you won any races at all, or?
Not yet this year, but yes, I have.
Okay, so Cooper, what's it like? Okay, what's it like for you to win races? How do you celebrate your victories?
As soon as I see that checkered flag for as the first place driver, I just slam the wheel as hard, slam the wheel because of it. I'm excited.
Okay, so Cooper, okay, what's an awesome day at the racetrack look like for you?
Like clear skies, just, just, just like warm. That's just a perfect condition for racing.
Okay, so what's an awesome day at the racetrack look like for you?
Just working on race cars and seeing friends.
Okay, so how did you come up with your race car number?
It has changed
Okay,
from the 12C to the 83C.
okay, but how did you come up with those numbers?
For the 12C, it's a long one, so I'm going to start with a short story.
Okay.
Which is the 83C.
Okay.
So, my dad's number is 83.
Yep.
Our legacy number is 83. So I decided I want to follow the legacy. And I just put 83 on the front of my number. And then it was 83C.
Okay. So, Cooper, what color is your race car this year?
Black.
Black?
Black
Okay.
and white. And also like a transparent yellow or something.
Okay, already. So, Cooper, who is your racing hero? Who do you look up to as a race car driver?
Ricky Thornton Jr.
Okay, already. So, okay. So, who do you have for sponsors on your racing team?
Spillman Excavating Oilfield Services, Yeager's Auto Body, Wright Race Cars, Mine Works Behavioral, Wright Race Cars, Pit Stop Signs and Graphics, Haddon Enterprises, and I think that's all, but I think there's more to it.
Okay. So are you still looking for sponsors for your racing team?
Yes.
Okay. So, okay. How does one get a hold of you to sponsor your race car?
I just say, hey, do you want to be my sponsor? Have you seen me race? And I
Okay. Do you have a
racing.
do you have how do they contact you though? Do you have a Facebook page or anything like that?
No, we just know them as some of them we know as friends.
Okay. Alrighty. So do you have a racing nickname?
Chicken.
Why?
Because I just stuck with that nickname.
Oh, okay. How did you come up with that nickname?
Because of my old number.
Okay. Let's talk about your old number then.
So there were like I used to eat scrambled eggs for breakfast and they come from chickens and I was like, nickname should be chicken.
Okay. Okay. Alrighty. So, alrighty. Who's all on your racing crew?
Uh my Uncle Sean, my dad, my grandpa, uh I I think maybe that's it, but I don't know.
Okay. So what types of racing do you like to watch on TV, Cooper?
Late model racing, modified racing, and
Sprint car racing by any chance?
yeah, I love to watch Logan Schuchart.
Okay. What I was going to ask you is, Cooper, being you're the 83C, your dad's the 83, do you
Mm-hmm.
guys like the 83 Beef Packers car?
Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
I guess so.
Okay. So, alrighty. Um, so what is your home racetrack you race on, Cooper?
Uh, what?
What is your home racetrack you race on?
Sweetwater Speedway.
Okay. What is your favorite racetrack you've ever raced on?
Sweetwater Speedway.
Okay. Why is Sweetwater Speedway your favorite?
Because it's just my home and it's the easiest to win on.
Okay. So when it comes to your racing, okay, is that on pavement or dirt?
Mm-hmm.
Is that pavement or dirt?
I think that's dirt.
Okay. When it comes to you racing, then, do you like a wet, heavy track, a dry, slick track, or right in the center?
Uh, I just like the bottom rolling for me, like dry slick track.
Okay. Alrighty. So, are you pretty good about reading the racetrack?
Kinda. You never know what the day is and what the track is.
Okay. So, what do you like to do for fun away from the racetrack?
Just hang out with my friends and just go to my great grandma's.
Okay. So, alrighty. Do you have any advice out there for the kids coming up in the racing world?
Just good luck. Try to try to hopefully you avoid a wreck on the first time you're racing.
Okay. So, going back to the question about your crew, do you help work on your race cars too?
Sometimes probably like sometimes or something like that.
What's your favorite job working on your race car?
Uh just scraping the mud off the tires.
Okay. So, what is your future goals as a race car driver? Where do you want to be as? Where do you want to be with your race car racing career when you get to be an adult?
I just want to be a great modified driver.
Okay. Alrighty. So, okay. Do you have any big races you're looking forward to competing in this year?
I don't know, just racing that Sweetwater Speedway, I guess.
Okay. So, do you race micro sprints or quarter midgets?
Outlaws carts.
A la carte. Okay, alrighty. Alrighty. So do you have any crazy racing stories you'd like to share with us?
Uh, uh, not that. Wait, I have one.
Okay.
So there's this kid in my intermediate class. His name is Keegan. If if you are Keegan Manoli watching this, you're pretty fast, bud. And 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 so me and my friend Weston Ongaro. So we were starting on the front row, and we finally beat Keegan. Weston was in first, and I was in second. Now that was the best moment of my racing career.
So what'd you say to Keegan after you, I mean, yeah, Keegan after you won, after you guys finished ahead of him?
What did you say? I can't.
What did you say to Keegan? What did you say to Keegan after you two finished ahead of him on the racetrack?
Good job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. But I was excited for Weston.
yeah. Okay. So who are some of your friends at the racetrack?
Weston Ongaro, Kellen Clay Miller, and maybe Danica Delp.
Okay. Alrighty. So, okay. Let me think here. Okay, at this portion of the show, I like to turn the mic over to my guest. If they have a couple questions they'd like to ask me, they can ask me a couple questions.
Uh, which track do you like? I know I've asked you that question again.
I like quite a few racetracks.
Mm-hmm. But what would you say is your favorite?
Oh, okay. You're putting me on the spot here, Cooper. But I don't race. I go and watch the races.
Yeah, what's your favorite track to watch?
I would have to honestly say Knoxville, Iowa, Knoxville Raceway.
My dad, that's my dad's favorite too.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
back in 1999, 1998, 99, I was down at the Knoxville Nationals 2 years in a row.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. Yep.
I think that's the only question I had to ask you.
Yeah. So your nickname is Chicken.
Mm-hmm. But remove instead of the E, it's an I.
Okay. Okay. So Cooper, there is a race car driver out there that has kind of similar to your nickname.
Hmm?
His name is Chase Randall. He goes by the quickest chicken.
I don't know. I don't recognize that name, but if he's fast, I'm cool with it.
Yeah. The reason how he came up with that is his dad owns a chicken restaurant franchise.
Oh,
Yeah. So are you gonna go watch some races this weekend, or are you racing this weekend?
I'm racing this weekend.
Okay. So what are you hoping for to happen this weekend for you?
At least win this. At least good luck and win and a win.
Okay. Alrighty. So do you like to listen to what helps get you psyched up and motivated to go out and race?
Uh, just meeting with my friends.
Okay. Do you like listen to a song or something like that that helps get you fired up?
No, I just like talking to my friends.
Okay, alrighty. Okay. Well, Cooper, I would like to thank you for being on our racing show tonight, talking to us about your racing career, getting to know you a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I will have you step out and I will call you here in just a second to
Okay.
let you go. But before I let you go, is there anybody else you'd like to thank for helping you get this far with your racing career?
I just like to thank my dad and my friends.
Okay. Thank you very much, Cooper. I will talk to you here in just a few minutes.
Okay. Coop
Yeah.
out.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Cooper Wright on our racing show tonight, talking to us about his racing career. If you'd like to sponsor a racing show or be on a racing show, feel free to call us or text us at 712-209-7138, or you can email us at jjnolan151@gmail.com. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have a good night and talk to you later on another episode of the Josh Nolan and Oliver S. Full Throttle Racing Show, #1 on YouTube.